I'd like to acknowledge that we have representation from three levels of government here today. Firstly, by Councillor Keith Reynard from the City of Greater Bendigo. Also, the Honourable Jacinta Allen, Minister for Rural and Regional Development and Industry and Member for Bendigo East. And thirdly, from the representing the Australian Government, of course, is our local member, the Honourable Steve Gibbons, Federal Member for Bendigo. And we also have Arvind Mehra, who's the Executive Director and CEO of Mahindra Aerospace, Miss Roma Balwani, Senior Vice President, Head Corporate Communications of Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, and Dr Terry Miles, CEO of Gippsland Aeronautics Proprietary Limited. And those three represent some major sponsorship and major backing for this whole venture.
An Indian student that's actually learning to fly down at Moorabbin sent me this little article the other day, so I thought I'd just like to read it. It's called The Aviator's Prayer. Almighty God, creator of the sustaining earth and beckoning sky, I humbly thank you for my flying passion and abilities to pursue it. Guide me today from point to point with your protective hand. Keep storms distant, ceilings high, and winds favourable. Cause my aircraft to perform eagerly according to my every input. Bestow to me wisdom beyond my training for all I might encounter. Reveal yourself in the awesome scenes reserved for us who fly. Make me a better pilot at the end of the flight than when it began. And always remind me of how blessed I am that I get to do this. And that just about sums it up really, but I did want to thank one more before I finish, and that's our families. F-Trip. It's probably hasn't been quite so bad for my wife as Kim. With Ken, Ken's been at this longer and spent a lot more time on it, and over the last, these next couple of months we won't see anything of them really, but the last couple of months they haven't seen much of us either. So I'd just like to thank them for that.
Thanks for starting me on that note. I do want to, there's so many people here I want to thank, and I'd like to start off with recognising Mahindra. We've had a long relationship, and there's been some, I think probably, thousands of emails. But it has been a project that's been very dear to my heart. I've always believed that each of us, if each of us do little things, then we can make a big difference. And also, to create aviation history. We didn't know we were going to do that actually until the end of last year, but create aviation history. And I have to admit this, Terry, since I've started flying it, I've absolutely fallen in love with that plane. So it's a great plane to fly. But in what I think is the world's greatest aircraft, there's an awesome machine to fly, and it really goes, and very stable, and I think it's an aircraft that Australia can truly be proud of. But seriously, I'd like to conclude with this, and that is, malaria is killing a child every 30 seconds, and it is something that it's not simply a statistic, it's very, very real. And we're doing this flight specifically because we have the ability to fly, and something we can do to make a difference.